what is going on, everyone, and welcome back to week 3 of our silver earnings and progression. So, a lot of you guys have been following the channel for a while. I also want to say thank you guys so much for all the new support, all the new followers and subscribers here on the channel. If you have no idea what this is, basically, at the start of November, I made a video of how much silver can I make in 1 month without changing my schedule. And so this is just me playing at a normal pace, right? What I would normally do on a daily. So every week I've been doing a little bit of an update on what kind of progression I've done and the gains I've made. And at the end of it, we'll do a nice total and calculate everything. So yeah, so this is week 3. We started with 48 billion, and currently we had a gain that we made, and we are back at beginner level broke silver. But anyway, what we did was we bought a pen Tungrad ring, and we paid 104 billion for it. It was not cheap. But anyway, so week 3, we're basically at let's see, how much did I make? So week 1, we started from 48 billion, and then we were at 60 at the end of week 1, right? And then at the end of week 2, we started from 60, and then we were at 81 billion. So that was 21 from week 2. You guys can actually watch these individual videos. On the channel will be like week 1, week 2, something. And then, so from 81 to 104 was 23. Plus we... No, wait, no, that's not right. Anyway. So then we're at 2.6 now, and with the pen Tungrad ring. So that was basically 18, maybe 20-ish billion. So I'm basically on normal pace right now. And yeah, so that's where we're at. Our next goal is getting the Exalted in our Vel's Heart. So if you don't know, that came out this week in the patch. And basically it's like an extra step onto your Vel's Heart. So the way you get it is by these things, to crystallize the spares, right? So to get a blessed soul fragment, you need like 200, and that turns your alchemy stone into a blessed one. And then from the blessed one, you can upgrade it into an exalted. And I'm not sure how I feel about this whole step-by-step Vel or like alchemy stone in general upgrade. Like, I always appreciate the cheap stats that we can get, but I wish there was another way to do it. Like, if Fallen God Labresca is always just gonna be a thing, maybe just allow Capris on it. I know that's the point of upgrading it past Capris, but if you're just gonna add extra stats like this, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it too much, but anyway. So our next goal would be the Exalted one, and we need 100 of these. So basically this is what it is. You could just buy it as well. And this is what it looks like, and you just get an extra 2 DP. So that's pretty nice. That's our next goal. It's only 6 billion, not a big upgrade. That's actually like the cheapest DP I can get nowadays. So we made it past the 309 bracket on our main, or I guess Kudum equivalent, and then 322, 324 on Nuver, which is honestly, I know more AP equals more damage, but after a certain bracket, like 309 or something, the returns are very diminishing. So like, yeah, you will do more damage, but will you really notice it past 309? Not really. So either way, more stats always good. And we made Capra 17 in our Uragon shoes, which is, that's pretty nice. The next step would be 20, which is 2 more DP there. And that's about like 17 billion silver in Capris whenever I can get it. So what are we gonna wait for? As you guys know, I have this extra Tungrad ring that we have over here, and I'm going to pen click it, but I'm going to cron pen click it, and that's the problem. So we're gonna save up crons for that, and hopefully it just goes one day. So whenever we get 7,500 crons, we're gonna click it on a 245 stack that we have, and yeah, whenever I get enough crons, who knows when that'll be, that's when we're gonna watch it fail. And my experience with cronning any accessory is it always just downgrades, so look forward to that whenever. But I think that's pretty much it. In terms of silver, we made about like 22, 23 billion. That's about standard in a week, more or less, for me. Usually it's a little bit less because I don't grind history as often. Oh yeah, speaking of questionable gains, we got our third compass part, and they're all vodkins. They're all just vodkins. So there's nothing special about that one. And I guess while we're doing that, while we're here, let's go do some rift bosses, because today is a Sonal one. Also, yeah, so what have you guys been doing? Did you guys start the third dungeon yet? I think my group is going to start it next Saturday just because everyone's working and busy. But, yeah, we've gotten the second dungeon down to the point where we could do it very reliably. I should make another video for all of you who are looking into getting into the dungeons. I think they're really fun to do for the first time, and then after that, it just takes like 20-30 minutes going back for re-clear rewards for your weekly. And yesterday, I did it with my group without recording, and we did the first one. We could do the first dungeon in like less than 30 minutes probably, and then the second one, assuming we one-shot it, which sometimes we mess up the fish phase, but that one's also about like 30 to 40 minutes as well. I watched them. Did you guys watch the streamer event where they're going through the third dungeon? And I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, I think we're all just waiting for the Calpheon Ball in December, and that one's going to be pretty exciting because I don't know what they're going to announce, but if I had to take a wild guess, obviously the new zone is coming soon, TM, and we're all looking forward to that one. Maybe an announcement of a new class. Honestly, I really hope they stop doing new classes for a while, because I would rather them have more like balance changes on anything, but who knows. Actually, when you think about it, like the reasoning why is because it's all about like profits for Prolibus, right? We all know that. But do you think that people would spend more money on their class, like their main, if their class they knew was like more or less balanced and or, you know, better than the way it is right now? I think more people would spend more money on costumes and whatnot than they already do if they really enjoyed their class and it was in a good state. So I don't know, maybe new classes make more money, probably. All right, we got to go down to Kama to do this boss, so who knows. If it were me, I would just focus on like keeping the current players happy and the people who like the veterans, but I also understand that new players want to come in and try something new as well. That's a hard decision. I wish they would just tone down and buff some other classes, just balance in general, but who knows. But I am looking forward to the new region that they announced at the last title ball, whatever it's called, and hopefully that'll be good. You know, if I wasn't busy grinding Histria every day, I would actually be grinding Sonals or Hex for those crystals for the Exalted Bill's Heart thing. But I really want my compass piece. I really want an Elton one. Anyone who gets it in under like 200 hours, consider yourself lucky. So yeah, I should make a video on the best settings for dungeons. And I know that one might not be too popular because it's not like super popular thing in general, these dungeons. I think most people do it once, and the only people who do re-clears and everything are the people who just want the weekly rewards and have a group together. But I think it is it's an interesting thing because next week they're adding a party finder. Like literally every other game in this every other game has a matchmaking system. So I think that's a huge thing that they're going to add to the game, like just a matchmaking, even if it's only on normal difficulty, which they said in the Global Labs notes already. So I don't like, I'm happy to help a lot of new players get their first clear. I think being able to experience it for the first time it's a huge thing. Like they put a lot of effort into the dungeons. I think the music, the whole dungeons and puzzles were amazing. But there are some settings that like weren't very obvious that like my friends had to tell me, like, you have to turn this on if you want to see this, turn this off. But yeah, once I actually figured it out and then it clicked, it made the run so much cleaner. But yeah, maybe I'll make a video on that in the future. I don't know if it'll be popular. Maybe it'll just be like a quick tip. Even if I don't get a lot of views on it, that's fine with me. If it helps people like actually complete stuff, it's always good. What food is this? This is cron. Oh, this is life skill food. Okay. I swear, this boss, when it hops, it like, it will eat super armors and stuff. So yeah, my goals for the near future is get a strike crystal, which is 5 billion in RNG, whether I get it. And then, oh crap, I accidentally upstoned. You know what would be the nice quality of life? Being able to repair your Alk Stone while it's equipped. So here's how it would work. You have your Alk Stone, and you see the stone, it'll just pop up your inventory instead. You click the button, and then you could repair it. Wouldn't that be nice? Ooh, an ogre. Whoa, 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 whoa. What in the world? Bruh. Why are ogre rings so expensive right now? It's not even like price is like, I know pens are, these are like the same prices. Why are bases? Let me think. Are there any events going on that people would actually, no, I don't know. I think people are making too much silver in this game and they're just lighting silver on fire with random stuff. All right, hold on. I got some scrolls. Oh god, we got our weekly, boys. Don't mind me, we're gonna do it. Okay, let's do it. We'll do an Aragon scroll as well. I gotta buy more exquisite meals. I actually don't really use exquisite, so this is I use these other ones for PvE, exquisites for PvP, and I guess not grinding. And seafood is obviously the life skill food. As long as it doesn't do the flying thing where it drops like feather darts, whatever they're called, I think we're good. This is why I want to strike crystal, because it's more damage. And so people are wondering what the difference between two crystals are. Hold on, let me go show it to you. Let me find it. So people are wondering the difference between which one was it? Special attack evasion or special attack damage versus strike. So strike is the universal better one, because let's say if you are able to like back attack and all the other CC, like back attack, down attacks and all that stuff, some might be better, but critical hit damage will always be better if you're super armor trading with someone, which is basically the game now. Everyone is in super armor. That's why it's so expensive. But like if you want to trade damage, like two of you are just facing head to head and you're both in like forward guard super armors, strike damage will do more. But if you can do like obviously back attacks and all that stuff, that will do slightly more as well. However, with that said, special attack damage is better for some classes, whereas strike would just be a universal, like more damage for everything. But you will find yourself doing more depending on the class you play. If you know your class does a lot of floats, CCs in general, down attacks, backs, then this might be overall useful. But in the case of you have no idea what you're doing, strike is the best for frontal face trading damage. That's how I understand how the crystal works. The crit, always good, whether you're like comboing or not, or if you just want straight raw damage, then that's how you choose. And so I think overall the strike one is just very good, so I want it. Everyone else does. Cool. Dang, no what was it? No Griffin Helm. I should probably start putting orders on the Crystallized Despair so I can get another 2 DP. Because the 402 DP, or 401 is the highest DP bracket you can get, but obviously you want more DP as you go. And so if I really needed the 401 for anything, I would just swap to a narc and then it would just go up by like 9, 10. Hold on, let me see. Okay, so I lose 4 right now. If I were to swap, yeah, I would go up by 9, so I'd be at the 309 or 409 actually with it. But our ultimate goals for 2023 are obviously a second Penton grad, and I'm still like debating whether what I want to do for earring slots. So obviously distortions are the universal big damage earring. There's nothing wrong with that, but I think I want to go Dawn earrings, to be honest. The accuracy ones for PvP. I'm not gonna sell my distortions because it's nice to have, but I think the ultimate goal, like my build is already more spec'd for PvP. That way, like when I grind, duel for spots are always open. Obviously I want to get into more node wars. I never really enjoyed like conquest sieges just because they're so laggy, but I like small scale node wars. Those are fun for me. I like RBF, battle arena, yeah, I just said that. But yeah, generally things like small scale PvP is what I enjoy the most for this game. Horse too fat, got stuck. Yeah. Also, eventually, my goal is to get more. So another Pentungrad would be my next goal. And then either Deboreka, Deboreka belt or necklace. I think, honestly, necklace is probably the easier goal because I'm more or less comfortable grinding Ash Forest. The trick for this fight, by the way, you know how it's going to keep running? Don't chase it. Just let it come back to you if you want it to be centered in the middle of the arena when it drops. Okay. Also, you don't even have to focus the edge, just kill the boss. Could we get an Ergon shoes one time? No. So anyway, with that said, that has been week 3 of our progression. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So we're on track to making like average. Week 1 we made 12 billion, week 2 is like 21 billion, and week 3 we made like I don't know, I'm like trying to mental math this one because now we're actually like down, but we made an upgrade. So from like 81 to 104 was 23, and then we're at like almost 3 billion now. So made like 26 billion this month or this week, but a lot of it was a little bit of enhancing, so that's not an average. I would consider that above average silver a week. But at the end of the month, I'll make a video on just like how I go about making silver, what I do daily, where I'm grinding, how much I make, and all that stuff. So don't worry about that. But just as a TLDR, I've been in Histria quite a lot. I got 3 compass pieces. None of them are the ones I wanted, but we'll get the Elton soon, TM, I think. So anyway, with that said, if you are new to your channel, I want to say thank you guys so much for all the support and love lately, all the likes on the videos. I really do appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And if it's your first time watching this video, consider subscribing. I do upload videos pretty regularly, usually newcomer guide build videos and or just like progression on a daily and weekly. So you can follow along with my adventure on the channel in BDO as well. And sometimes we do special other games that aren't BDO. So this is overall a gaming channel, and hopefully you guys are enjoying everything so far. With that said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a fantastic day.